Welcome to the third and final episode of The Hobbit's Destiny.
With Holly.
Valentina.
And Zach.
During the last section of the book, the destinies we have previously discussed have gone through some extreme changes.
Although the destinies have been fulfilled one way or another, they didn't go exactly as we expected.
One of these is Thorin's destiny. Initially, we thought that Thorin was destined to kill Smaug, reclaim the mountain, become king, and most importantly, get their treasure. And when Smaug died, it not only fulfilled that part of Thorin's destiny, but it also allowed him to have free reign over the treasure and claim it as his own.
However, Thorin became obsessed with finding the Arkenstone and became greedy from dragon sickness. He lost sight of being a good leader and he wanted to keep all the treasure to himself. Thorin refrained from repaying the people of the Lake Town or sharing any of his newly inherited wealth.
So, when things began to escalate and war was among Thorin and the dwarves, he kept his group locked within the kingdom and didn't join the fight. All of these things are very uncharacteristic of Thorin, and we begin to see a very selfish side of his character. His actions were causing his relationship with Bilbo and the other dwarves to deteriorate, and he was losing their support.
Eventually, Thorin snapped out of his trance and got his dwarves to help in the fight. Thorin realized that he was hurting the people around him and was destroying his friendships. During the battle, Thorin was fatally wounded and knew that he was going to die.
With the recent events, we would have thought that Thorin would ask to see his treasure one last time or to be remembered as king after he passes. However, Thorin chose to spend his final moments mending his friendship with Bilbo and the dwarves. While Thorin was on his deathbed, he realizes that materialistic things did not matter in the end. Thorin understood that there was nothing more important than his friends.
We see this on page 333, when Thorin says to Bilbo, "Farewell, farewell, good thief," he said. "I go now to the halls of waiting to sit beside my fathers until the world is renewed. Since I leave now all gold and silver and go where it is of little worth, I wish to part in friendship with you, and I would take back my words and deeds at the gate."
Therefore, it begs the question, was getting the treasure really Thorin's destiny, or was it him realizing that the friendships made throughout this journey was worth more than any mountain filled with riches, his true destiny?
It's hard to answer this question, but one thing is for sure. This journey did not end how we thought it would. Next, we should talk about Bilbo's destiny, whether or not it was fulfilled, and how it may have been different from what we expected.
Actually, we believe that the only aspect of Bilbo's destiny was simply to become more adventurous and to play a part in helping Thorin and company find the treasure.
However, throughout the course of the book, his destiny has expanded. We have begun to see a connection between heritage and the role it plays in his destiny.
Well, these are two different things. We can see how they're connected through Bilbo, as it is his destiny to become more adventurous because he was a descendant from the Took family, which is known for their spontaneous characteristic.
We see his Took side showing when Bilbo was in the mountain and he faced Smaug. Although he found him intimidating, the Bilbo we met at the beginning of the book wouldn't have dared to go even near the dragon. Yet the Bilbo we see at the end of the book held his own against Smaug without anyone else with him.
We can see this confidence when Bilbo felt proud of himself on page 257, where he thought, so silent was his going that smoke on a gentle wind could hardly have surpassed it, and he was inclined to feel a bit proud of himself as he drew near the lower door.
Towards the beginning of the book, Bilbo could not motivate himself to go on an adventure and wanted to avoid it altogether. Now we see that Bilbo is glad he went with the dwarves, and the adversity that he faced along the way has made Bilbo more confident in himself and his abilities.
While the destinies became unclear as we went on throughout the book, it has greatly influenced Bilbo's growth in character.
Although the destinies might not have been what we originally thought, and many definitely didn't end the way we believed they would, every destiny was fulfilled in one way or another.
And this concludes our final episode of The Hobbit's Destiny.
Thanks for tuning in!